What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of Beyond the Gates, I am freaking loving Danny and Andre. I'm loving them. I'm loving it. I'm loving their honeymoon in LA. You know, they are away from the drama in Fairmont Crest. They are living in their own little bubble. They living their best life, you know, away from the shenanigans. And I love that for them because Danny, she needed a break. Like, Danny really needed a break from Bill, from Haley, from the Dupree drama that's going on. She needed a big break from everything that was going on. So I'm glad that she in LA, you know, her and Andre are enjoying each other. She's enjoying some shopping. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at her for, you know, shopping her ass off, because I would be too if I was out in LA on vacation or a honeymoon or whatever I'm doing. I'm shopping. Shit, I don't care. I could be in Nashville. I'm shopping. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're gonna buy some trinkets and some clothes, you know, some of the shirts out there. You know, you're just gonna go shopping. You're gonna go buck. Cause me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Wherever I go, like whenever I'm out the country or, you know, I'm on a cruise or something like that and I'm visiting different countries, even different states, I buy coffee mugs. So like if I'm in Vermont, I buy coffee mugs from there because I'm like addicted to buying coffee mugs from whatever state or country I'm in. Like when I was in the Bahamas, I bought a coffee mug from the Bahamas. That's just me. Like I love it. I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a collector's thing that I do. You know, I buy different coffee mugs from wherever I go. You know, I buy the t-shirts and stuff like that from wherever I go. Like I just love it. But yeah, I'm not mad at them. They doing their thing, as they should. Exchanging I love yous. And I love how their relationship has evolved. You know, it went from lust to love. And, you know, Danny has been falling in love with him for quite some time now. You know, and she's happy that she could finally say it. They got their new wedding rings. I'm loving it. Like, I know it's gonna be some shenanigans when they come back to Fairmont Crest, but I'm just glad that they're enjoying this breath of fresh air, this time away. Like that's the most important part. You know, that's the best thing possible. So anyway, moving on from that, Leslie, she really over here trying to extort Vernon. You know, trying to talk about, oh, you know, I'm staying at the Bowman hotel or whatever. And, you know, I noticed that you've been frequenting that hotel and whatnot. And, you know, Vernon tried to come up with an excuse as to why he been there or whatever. But she was like, nah, I seen you, you know, outside sharing room. And, you know, he was like, what do you want? And basically she's not happy with just, you know, handling the invite list for the Winterfest. She wants a bigger role. She want to be the co-host. Vernon was like, let me tell you something, huh? Vernon said, you ain't gonna bully me. He said, that's what you're not gonna do. And that's how you know Vernon ass ain't out here cheating. Because the fact, and I love that, the fact that he's not giving in to her little blackmail attempt. Like he wasn't falling for it. He said, nah, you're not gonna get me because I ain't got nothing to hide. Because she's sitting there talking about, oh, it's sad that you know, tarnishing a perfect love story and stuff. Vernon looking at her like, ho, I ain't tarnished a damn thing because you don't even know what you talking about. You ain't see me do nothing. You just assuming just because I was outside of a woman's hotel, you assuming we did something. You ain't see me in the act. You didn't see me kiss that lady. You ain't see nothing inappropriate. The only inappropriate thing I would say he did was going to a single ladies hotel room. That's the only inappropriateness. And plus the cufflinks. That's what threw me off. Because if you know, taking singing lessons, why your cufflinks off? Unless you was rolling up your sleeves, I'm guessing that's what he did. Probably rolled up his sleeves or whatever. Because you know when people sing and stuff, they do sweat. So I'm guessing that's what he did. Listen. I'm trying to make shit happen with Vernon. I'm trying to, you know, cut all types of, you know, give that man a pass. You know, trying to give him a break here. Trying to come up with reasons as to why his cufflinks was off. But I definitely don't think he was cheating. That man, he ain't got no reason to go outside that marriage. He ain't got no reason because, for one, the fact that he could come home and be all enamored with his wife and, still ready to get busy. A man at his age, please. He ain't about to go get busy with no woman and still come home and be all, energetic enough to still get busy with his wife. Ain't no way at his age. Ain't no way. Because usually when the dude is cheating, he just ready to go into the bed, or he got an attitude with his wife or something. It's little signs that you notice when the dude cheating. Y'all not doing it like y'all used to. You know what I'm saying? Because he out getting it from somewhere else. So I already know Vernon ass he ain't out here stepping. He ain't doing it. But I'm just glad that he wasn't falling for, Leslie's BS or whatever. And when Anita saw them, Anita was like, what the hell y'all doing? Anita was like, what was that all about? What's she over here? Why she sitting with you? Like, Anita was not having it. But, Vernon was shocked when he found out that she allowed Leslie to even be a part of Winterfest. But Anita was like, listen, I'm just doing that shit to keep an eye on her dizzy ass. Because, Vernon was like, well, she want a bigger role or whatever. And Anita, she was thinking about giving her some more stuff to do or whatever, just to keep an eye on her. Because when Anita and Kat were talking, it sounds to me like Anita may have a plan that she's working an angle against Leslie. I would hope so. I would hope that she got some type of brilliant plan to just knock this heifer off her little pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. Because this newfound wealth that Leslie got is going to her head. It's enlarging her delusions even further than what they were before when she was broke. Like, she was delulu before, but her delusions have just expanded with this money, and it's time for her to be knocked back down. She need to go back down to living like the Evans family in good times. She got a taste of living like the Jeffersons and shit. Well, you need to go back to living like the Evans family, because you ain't humble. So anyway, moving on from that. So of course, she calling Ted, talking about I need to talk to you about something, and woo, busting up in his office. And Ted was like, well, we do need to talk about that Shanice shit or whatever. She just brushing that off, talking about, that's how women talk to each other. No, that's how a psycho talks to a normal woman. You're the psycho in this case. And I guess this is Ted's version of talking to Leslie like he told Shanice he was gonna do. As per usual, Ted ain't gonna do shit. So she wanted to talk to him about Peaches and getting her into that new drug trial or whatever, trying to save her and whatnot. And Ted said, ain't shit I could do for her. He was like, I'm in plastic. He said, I'm a plastic surgeon. Ain't much I could do to help you. She was like, yeah, but you could use your connections or whatever. And Ted was like, you do realize this shit is a process. Like, money is not going to buy you into, that hospital or whatever. It's not going to buy you into that drug trial. Because that's what Leslie thinks. She thinks all wealthy people could just write a check and boom, shit just happened. That's not always going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's not always the case. And I'm glad Ted at least told her that much. Like, money does get you far, but not everything can get you there, with just a snap of a finger and a large check. And that's what Leslie thinks. But it just doesn't work that way. So anyway, moving on from that. Eva went to go see Ted and whatnot. He invited her to Winterfest. And of course, see, this is what irritates me with Eva. She sits here and always talks about how obsessed Kat is with her, but every little chance she gets, she brings up Kat's name. Like, Ted wasn't even talking about Kat. All he did was invite your ass to Winterfest. That's all he did, was invite you to Winterfest. That's it. Oh, how is Kat gonna feel about that? Why are you worried about how Kat is gonna feel? Ted can't tell you how Kat is gonna feel, but I'm pretty sure he already know. And Ted, of course, sitting here trying to sing the whole Kumbaya song, talking about, I hate my daughters being upset with each other, hating each other. We need some peace in the family. And Ted, shut the hell up. So he asked her about the whole Tomas situation, and of course, Eva tried to downplay that shit. They was broken up at the time, or they thought they were. They were separated, and it just happened. It wasn't planned. She lied about that situation because she never once told Ted how she taunted Eva, how Eva taunted Kat when Kat caught them. How she laid in the cat at the apartment. She never told Ted about that. I feel like Eva code switches. She's a code switcher. When she's in front of Martin or Ted or Nicole, she acts a certain way. She says certain things. But when she's around Kat, she's a straight up bitch. That's just how she acts. You know, taunting her, trying to be funny, trying to be evil. That's just how she acts. She's a code switcher. She ain't got that same energy when she around everybody else. She don't do it in front of everybody else though. You know, when she around Tomas, she plays victim around everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But she acts like a straight up evil witch when it's just her and Kat. And that's why everybody buys into her nonsense. And, you know, when Kat went to go see Anita or whatever, you know, they got to talking about the whole situation and whatnot. And Anita was like, listen, I'm not going to tell you that you need to be friends with Eva or you need to forgive her, be buddy-buddy with her, or even forgive your damn father. But she wasn't playing when it came down to Martin. Because she let her know, that's your full brother. You need to go fix that. Or whatever. And I feel like the only reason Anita is telling her that is because you don't know the full story. Like, you don't know everything that's been said. You don't know what's going on. But I get it, though. Anita feel like, nah, y'all need to fix that. Because Anita just feel like, you know what, it don't matter who said what, who did what, that's still your damn brother. Go fix it. Because she felt like if Kat continued on the path that she's on right now, she's going to be all alone. And I kind of feel like that's foreshadowing. Like, Kat is getting closer and closer to losing everybody in her family. Like, everybody just going to start getting sick of her and want nothing to do with her. You know, that's what it's starting to feel like, because it just seems she has no support. Her boyfriend doesn't support her. Her parents don't support her. Her brother don't support her. Chelsea is very iffy. So it's like she has no support, no allies. You know, she's just the lone wolf in all of this. And when Martin, you know, went to Uptown or whatever to meet up with Kat or whatever, he started bitching when he sat down with Eva. Because he was like, you know, I'm glad that you and Dad are starting to bond and stuff. Oh, I wish, you know, Kat felt that way. See, that's what I'm talking about. She finds any little reason to bring up Kat's name. And I didn't like how Martin was trashing Kat. You know what I'm saying? And Kat sat right there in the booth over there, you know, listening. And Martin, you know, sitting there talking about, oh, because Kat was running late at that point. And he was like, oh, maybe she just don't want to meet with me. Why would she want to meet with you? Look how you were rude as fuck to her. You wouldn't even listen to anything she was saying to you. You wasn't even trying to understand her point of view. And even now, he still hasn't changed. So what is the point of them meeting? He has not changed his perspective. Like, he's still blaming Kat for Samantha hooking up with that boy or about to hook up with that boy. How was that Kat's fault? She was having a conversation with her cousin. She didn't know homegirl was even standing there. She thought she left. And she never glorified sex. She never glorified none of that. But yeah, he acting like Kat is the devil. And then Eva sitting there talking about, oh, I'll talk to Samantha. So he gonna sit here and say, oh, I'll talk to Smitty about it. So you would rather Eva, the person who came to town to sabotage your parents' marriage and cause all this mayhem, you would rather her talk to your daughter, but Kat shouldn't do it? Kat's not eligible to do that? Like, are you serious? She not qualified to do that? Like, what? The girl who was a virgin all the way up until she was in her 20s? You don't want her to... Martin is such an ass. Martin is an ass. He really is. He pissed me off. Like, just trashing Kat the whole time and then sitting there talking about, oh, don't let Kat gaslight you. How is Kat gaslighting her? Martin, this girl is playing you. She gaslighting your stupid ass because you believe in everything out her mouth. And mind you, Kat was right about the girl for months and nobody believed Kat. And yet people are still... It's like Kat is back at square one with this Eva thing. Right back at square one. They're giving this girl all types of passes. Like, she done slept with this girl boyfriend and nobody's chewing her out about it. But yet they're chewing Kat out. Talking about, oh, Kat getting on everybody's nerves lately. He felt like their parents coddling her stunted her growth. He was such an ass. Such an ass. So Kat went over there after he left and got all up in Eva's ass. She was like, you know what? She said, I wish your mama never had your ass. And you could tell that comment hurt Eva to her core when Kat said it. It struck a nerve with her. And I don't even blame Kat at this point. Because as soon as Kat sat down with her, here go Eva, code switching, taunting her. But she didn't do that in front of Martin, though. Because Eva was, sitting there trying to taunt her, and Kat was laying into her ass. And of course, Eva bringing up Tomas and talking about, oh, well, I already had that, or I already this, that. And Martin walk up at the most inopportune moment to hear Kat talking shit about Eva. And of course, he wants to take Eva's side on it. I just wish Kat would just get rid of that whole family. I wouldn't fuck with none of them, to be quite honest. Nicole, none of them. I wouldn't mess with none of them. I wouldn't give none of them the time of day, to be quite honest. That's why I say Kat got to move a little different when it comes to Eva. She got to move very different when it comes to her. Because it's quite clear her family don't have her back. And she need to let Tomas ass go too. Because he ain't no better. Let all of them go. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Peace.